You're listening to a Roddenberry podcast.
Every Star Trek fan came to Star Trek in their own way. Each of us has a story to tell about how we found Star Trek and why we stayed. This is your Star Trek story. This Star Trek story comes from Zach. My love of Star Trek started from my parents. My mom has always told me about how she had Who Mourns for Adonai on in the hospital room on the day I was born. I don't remember a time when I wasn't watching Star Trek, whether it was TNG on home-recorded VHS tapes, or trying to find a friend who still had UPN so I could watch the middle seasons of Voyager when my cable dropped the channel. It inspired my love of science and astronomy, and it's the reason I took morals and philosophy classes in college. My idea of friendship was modeled by Data and Geordi, although it was Troy and Abed from Community and their similarities that made me realize this. I sometimes feel like even my sense of humor has been molded by the show. Today, I'm 32 and I'm still in love with all of Star Trek. I love and am constantly rewatching the old series, but I also almost always watch the new episodes the moment they drop on the CBS website. I love getting to talk with the community on Twitter and YouTube, as well as getting to hear so many different takes and points of views on it from so many different people. I'm hoping that my next big step will be to finally go to a convention in person once that becomes a possibility again. I've always wanted to go, and I think it's about time. Anyway, that's my story. Thank you for gathering all of these. You're welcome. It's lovely to hear how all of us came to Star Trek. LLAP, Zach. Thanks for listening to Star Trek Stories by Daily Star Trek News. If you have a story that you'd like to tell, just visit dailystartreknews.com/Star Trek Stories to find out how. This show is supported by people like you through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. I'm Alison Pitt. Live long and prosper.
This is a Roddenberry podcast. For more great podcasts, visit podcast.roddenberry.com.